So for the better part of a decade at this point, when my people needed a solid and reliable helmet, there was one and only one: Simpson motorcycle helmets. But in the year of 2024, with so many formidable options out there with what Simpson offers, one of the most common questions I've been getting asked is, hey bro, should I be going with that Simpson Outlaw Bandit or that new Simpson Mod Bandit? So yeah, if you're in the market for a new helmet that aesthetically stands apart from the rest, this is the Simpson Outlaw Bandit versus the Simpson Mod Bandit, this or that. What's going on, YouTube? FXDLS Brooklyn is back in the building. And yeah, like I said, I've been getting a lot of questions ever since I did my before you buy video on the Simpson Mod Bandit. Specifically people who are seeing the Simpson Outlaw Bandit, which is this one over here, and then asking me, should I be buying that or should I be buying the Mod Bandit? What are the key differences between the two helmets? So in this video, we're going to do our best to briefly address that topic so that you can make an informed choice if you're in the market for a Simpson helmet, whether you should be going with the Outlaw Bandit or the Mod Bandit. So a brief history, in terms of Simpson motorcycle helmets, before the Ghost Bandit, before Simpson was getting serious about making helmets that could be capable touring helmets, one of the earliest Simpson motorcycle helmets was, of course, the Simpson Outlaw Bandit, which is this one here. You could see the iconic Simpson styling points, that angular chin, the venting, that gives it that truly sinister and aggressive aesthetics that us Dynabros have come to love for the better part of a decade. Fast forward some amount of years, and then Simpson would not only make the Ghost Bandit, but then go on to make a helmet that would run circles around the Ghost Bandit in terms of the sport touring scene and people who are trying to put down the real miles on the bike trips, and create their first modular helmet, which is known as the Simpson Mod Bandit, which we have over here. To someone who's not really familiar with these helmets, you'd say that they both look like the same helmet, but actually there are some key differences that, again, if you're in the market for a new helmet, I think we should address. So let's do it. There is something just truly beautiful about the idea of simplicity. And at the end of the day, that's what this helmet is. You're getting a truly iconic helmet that crushes it aesthetically. You're going to be getting those aggressive styling points, but what you're not going to be getting with this helmet is all the modern bells and whistles of a touring helmet. So things that are worth mentioning about this helmet is, of course, you have the 6 vents that are coming in the chin. You do not have any other venting besides that. As you can see back here, there is no additional exhaust venting on this helmet. It's really just the forward-facing vents, and that's it. That's all the venting you're going to get, nothing on the top. So pretty simple in terms of venting of the helmet. Safety wise, which again is an important thing if you're buying a helmet, you got Snell and you got DOT on this, so that's the safety rating. And like I said, no bells and whistles. You got removable cheek pads, you got a removable liner. There's no option for a chin curtain on this. It's pretty bare bones inside, really nothing crazy. There's a microphone, of course, for a comm unit and motovlogging, and that's not something that would come in here, but super simple design, super iconic and effective design. Of course, you got those aggressive ridges that are coming in the far head of the helmet, which is giving it that Simpson characteristic that we've all come to know and love. What I'll say about the Simpson Outlaw Bandit is actually, out of all the Simpson helmets, this one is my favorite one in terms of how it fits. This is a size medium, so it's actually at the lower bound of the shell size, and it still fits me really good. It doesn't really give me that bobblehead effect that you get sometimes with some of these helmets in terms of sizing. It fits for me a little bit snugger than all the other options in terms of the Simpson helmet. What I really like is in terms of the chin of this helmet, it just doesn't protrude out as far as the Ghost Bandit or the Mod Bandit. So the helmet hugs a little bit tighter to your face, which again, I really like. I like a snug fitting helmet. So in terms of just general fit, I think this helmet beats all other helmets that Simpson offers. But obviously that's coming with a cost where you're losing a lot of the bells and whistles and the luxuries that you're going to get with a touring helmet. Such as, again, opening the visor. You're not going to get a drop-down visor. This is not a pinlock-ready visor, and it's definitely a more narrow field of vision that comes with this. So who do I recommend the Outlaw Bandit for if you're in the market? Well, you can tour on this helmet, believe it or not. My brother, Old Man Armstrong, actually did our summer bike trip last year with this helmet, and he had a successful trip. So I don't want you to think that you have to go to a Ghost or a Mod to do the real miles. Like, you can tour on this helmet. Is it going to do it as well as a Ghost Bandit or a Mod Bandit? Probably not, but it can be done. I think this helmet is good for a get around town helmet. You know, rides that you're doing where you're staying within the tri-state area, you know, maybe you're not laying down a heavy mile day. You know, I think that's the best option for this. So if you know you're not doing a cross-country trip, if you're not doing serious bike trip miles, and you just want a helmet that really stands apart in terms of aesthetics, that fits better than any other Simpson helmet, and at the end of the day is just beautiful, just in terms of simplicity, in terms of not going with all the bells and whistles that you're gonna have with a modular helmet or a touring helmet, that's kind of who this helmet is for. So again, if you're just looking for something that's like get around town, ride into the bike night, you know, do a little Sunday ride with your friends and look really cool while doing it, this is the Simpson helmet I would probably recommend for you. Price wise, we're coming in just above the $500 range, and yeah, what you're getting is just a beautiful, simple, get around town helmet that again stands apart from anything else in terms of aesthetics, while still giving you the protection of a full face helmet, whether that's in a wreck or just from general wind protection. And now we turn our attention to the new hotness. This is the Simpson Mod Bandit. This is a limited edition version of the helmet. This is the Hellfire, of course. I've been running this for thousands of miles at this point. I ran this style helmet in one of my summer bike trips last year. I've been very happy with this helmet in terms of a touring helmet. I'm not going to talk too much about a breakdown on this. You could watch my before you buy video on this helmet for a full breakdown, but the hand wavy thing with it is I definitely addressed some things that I thought could be improved in the next iteration of this helmet, but overall I gave it a very positive review, as it is a helmet that I've been running for my bike trips as well as for daily commuting. So where this helmet is going to beat the Outlaw Bandit is first and foremost ventilation. You have the signature 6 vents that come in the chin, but you also have these very, very long, narrow vents that come in the chin, which push a surprising amount of air in the helmet. You also have these top vents up here, and you have the exhaust vents back here, which is pushing all that air out, giving you an excellent amount of airflow. Believe it or not, that's probably the biggest strength of this helmet in terms of any other helmet that I run, is I get more air coming through this helmet than literally any other helmet I run. So an excellent helmet to run on the hot days. You know, like I said, we are talking about helmets, so we should definitely be addressing safety ratings. This helmet actually beats the Outlaw Bandit in terms of a safety rating. I think anyone's going to tell you that in terms of safety, you definitely want ECE over Snell, and this helmet does give you ECE certification as well as DOT. So safety wise, according to this label, this is definitely a safer helmet than the Outlaw Bandit. And of course, you get all the welcome features that you want from a touring helmet. So starting with the visor, look how wide this visor is. Out of all helmets that I run, whether they're Simpson or not, this is the biggest field of vision that I'm offered in any of my helmets. So that is something that I love in terms of riding in hard conditions. Not only that, but this visor comes pin lock ready, which is something that you want if you're riding in hard conditions, whether it's really cold or raining outside. And then also, you know, if you're riding at night, you have a very easily removable visor right here, whereas on the Outlaw Bandit, you're going to be busting out your flathead screwdriver to change out these visors. And the fun doesn't stop there. Giving you more versatility on the road, there's a lot of times when it's hot outside, I like to open my visor and I like to do this. And now I have protection from the sun, I have this drop down visor, and I get so much airflow coming through this helmet. So it's really good to have options in terms of the heavy mile days. So of course, it's a modular helmet, so you can easily flip up this face with one hand, and all of a sudden you could eat, you could drink, you could walk into the gas station without having to strip off your helmet and have them not call the cops because they think that you're coming to rob the place. So that is a huge upgrade when you're on the long road, especially if you're someone like me that wears riding glasses and earplugs. This is just really nice in terms of if you're really trying to make miles. I'm talking like the 1,000+ mile days. This feature could actually save you a lot of time. So yeah, this helmet, like in terms of touring and putting in the real miles, is probably going to beat the Outlaw Bandit in pretty much every single aspect. It also comes in at a very similar price range. So for the price, you are getting a whole lot more with the Mod Bandit than you're getting with the Outlaw Bandit. Where the Outlaw Bandit is going to beat the Mod Bandit though is just general fit. This helmet actually does fit me pretty good, but I'm fortunate enough to be on the upper bound of the first shell size, which is a medium. So the helmet fits me really good, but one thing I don't like about the helmet, I don't like how far the chin protrudes out. And again, I'm wearing a size medium in both helmets, and to me, the Outlaw Bandit just fits a little bit more snug to my face, doesn't have this far out protruding chin. And overall, like I said, the Outlaw Bandit just fits me better, and again, I think is gonna have less likelihood of giving you that bobblehead effect, whereas the Mod Bandit and the Ghost Bandits, depending on your size, could definitely be giving you that bobblehead effect. But I got lucky with sizing. You know, the Mod Bandit actually fits me great, but in future iterations, it would be great if they could almost get these Mod Bandits and the Ghost Bandits to fit and size and look a little bit closer to the Outlaw Bandits, with the chin being closer to the rider's face. So who is the Mod Bandit for if you're in the market for one of these helmets? Well, that's pretty easy. If you're crushing the miles and you're doing the bike trips and you want some of the really nice features that will give you a better chance of having a successful bike trip, you're gonna want this, which is of course the Simpson Mod Bandit. Like I said, it's just kind of a no-brainer, just being how close these helmets are in cost and what you're getting. So again, if you're someone that is putting in the heavy mile days, if you know you're going to be doing the bike trips, I would hands down tell you to probably buy the Simpson Mod Bandit. However, if you buy this helmet and you feel like the sizing is giving you the bobblehead, you're not happy with the sizing, I would definitely tell you to try out the Outlaw Bandit. Because for me, you know, in terms, like I said, in terms of all Simpsons helmets, the Outlaw Bandit is going to fit me the best. So either way you go, you're getting a tried and true excellent helmet that definitely stands apart from the rest in terms of aesthetics. Simpson has definitely listened to feedback in the past before in terms of making these helmets better, and like I said, that's my biggest feedback, is I would love for the chin of the Mod Bandit to just look a little bit closer and tighter as the chin of the Outlaw Bandit. But yeah, that's the short end of it. You just gotta be honest with yourself. If you're doing the bike trips, you should definitely go with the Mod Bandit. If you're just ripping around town and you want a helmet that probably fits better, I would go with the Outlaw Bandit. But again, just in terms of the fact that they are so close together in terms of price, you truly are just getting a lot more bang for your buck with the Mod Bandit than you are with the Outlaw Bandit, and it just is what it is. So that is my this or that for the Simpson Outlaw Bandit versus the Mod Bandit. I hope this one has been helpful. Like I said, I do consistently run both of these helmets as my main helmets. As your favorite Dynabro on YouTube, you know I gotta stick with my Simpsons. And that's it, y'all. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you like this one, take a second, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We do have a Patreon for those deeper cuts and miles. Stay safe and stay low, and the best way to do that is wear a helmet, preferably a full face helmet. And on that, FXDLS Brooklyn is out.